The polar bear is one of the most awe-inspiring creatures in the natural world, a majestic embodiment of adaptability and resilience that has captivated human imagination for centuries. As a keystone species, its fate is intimately tied to the health of Arctic ecosystems, making it a crucial indicator of the far-reaching impacts of climate change on our planet. Belonging to the family Ursidae, the polar bear is scientifically known as Ursus maritimus, with maritimus reflecting its intimate connection to the sea. This classification underscores its unique position as a marine mammal, adapted to hunt and survive in an ecosystem where the boundaries between land and sea are constantly shifting. My expeditions in the Arctic have allowed me to witness firsthand the incredible adaptability of polar bears. Their white fur, often thought to be purely for camouflage, also plays a crucial role in regulating their body temperature, acting as a thermal blanket that helps maintain a stable core temperature despite the freezing ambient conditions. This is just one example of the intricate mechanisms at play, showcasing how every aspect of a polar bear's physiology is finely tuned to its environment. The evolutionary history of the polar bear is a fascinating tale of adaptation and divergence. Studies suggest that polar bears evolved from brown bears, Ursus arctos, around 200,000 to 300,000 years ago, a process driven by geographical isolation and the availability of new food sources such as seals in the Arctic region. This evolutionary pathway has equipped them with a suite of specialized traits, including large paws that act as snowshoes, allowing them to move efficiently over snow and ice, and an extraordinary sense of smell that helps them detect seal-breathing holes in the ice from over a mile away. Key researchers have significantly contributed to our understanding of polar bear biology and ecology. For instance, the work of Ian Stirling, a renowned biologist, has provided invaluable insights into the behavior, population dynamics, and conservation status of polar bears. His studies, along with those of other dedicated scientists, have highlighted the critical role that sea ice plays in the life cycle of polar bears, serving not only as a platform for hunting, but also as a means of transportation and mating. Observations from the field have revealed intriguing aspects of polar bear behavior, such as their playful nature, complex social interactions, and even instances of adoption, where a female will care for cubs that are not her own. These behaviors underscore the complexity of their social structures and challenge simplistic views of these animals as merely solitary hunters. In terms of ecological relationships, polar bears are at the apex of their food chain, but are intimately linked with their prey species, such as ringed seals, which are crucial for their survival. This predator-prey dynamic is sensitive to changes in sea ice coverage, illustrating how climate change can have cascading effects throughout Arctic ecosystems. The conservation status of polar bears is a pressing concern, with their dependence on sea ice making them vulnerable to the impacts of global warming. As the extent and thickness of sea ice decrease, polar bears face significant challenges in finding sufficient food and suitable habitats for resting, mating, and raising their young. Human interactions, including hunting and accidental catches and fishing gear, further complicate conservation efforts. Despite these challenges, there is hope in the form of ongoing research and conservation initiatives aimed at protecting polar bear habitats and reducing human-bear conflicts. For example, studies focusing on the potential for polar bears to adapt to land-based foods as sea ice diminishes offer insights into possible future scenarios for these animals. One of the ongoing mysteries surrounding polar bears involves their ability to slow down their metabolism when food is scarce, a process known as walking hibernation, which allows them to conserve energy. However, the precise physiological mechanisms behind this adaptation and how it might be influenced by changing environmental conditions remain subjects of active scientific debate and research. One of the key mechanisms behind its success is its ability to slow down its metabolism when food is scarce, a process known as walking hibernation. During this state, a polar bear's heart rate can drop from 46 beats per minute to just 8 beats per minute, allowing it to conserve energy. This adaptation is crucial in the Arctic, where food availability can be unpredictable and scarce for extended periods. My encounters with polar bears in the field have allowed me to witness firsthand their remarkable ability to hunt and kill seals, their primary source of nutrition. The process is both fascinating and brutal, as the bear uses its keen sense of smell to locate a seal's breathing hole in the ice, then waits patiently for hours, even days, for the perfect moment to strike. This patience is a testament to the bear's incredible adaptability and its ability to thrive in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. The work of researchers like Andrew Derricher has significantly contributed to our understanding of polar bear ecology and behavior. His studies on the impact of climate change on polar bear populations have highlighted the critical role that sea ice plays in their survival. As the extent and thickness of sea ice decrease, polar bears are forced to spend more time on land, where they have limited access to food and are more likely to come into conflict with humans. In terms of ecological relationships, polar bears play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of Arctic ecosystems. They're both predators and scavengers, feeding on seals, fish, and even small mammals like Arctic hares. This apex predator status has a cascading effect throughout the ecosystem, regulating the populations of their prey species and maintaining the structure of Arctic marine and terrestrial communities. The conservation status of polar bears is closely tied to the health of their sea ice habitats. As global temperatures continue to rise, the extent and thickness of sea ice are decreasing at an alarming rate. This reduction in sea ice coverage not only affects polar bears' access to food, but also limits their ability to mate, raise their young, and migrate. Human interactions, such as hunting and accidental catches in fishing gear, further exacerbate the decline of polar bear populations. One of the ongoing challenges in polar bear conservation is mitigating human-bear conflicts. As polar bears spend more time on land, they are increasingly coming into contact with humans, leading to conflicts over food and space. Researchers are working to develop strategies to reduce these conflicts, such as educating local communities about polar bear behavior and implementing measures to secure food and trash. The impact of climate change on polar bear populations is also being studied in relation to their genetic diversity. Researchers are investigating how changes in sea ice coverage and habitat fragmentation may affect the genetic structure of polar bear populations, potentially leading to reduced fitness and increased vulnerability to extinction. This work highlights the complex interplay between environmental factors, ecological relationships, and the conservation status of this iconic species. Through its remarkable adaptations and resilience, the polar bear teaches us about the interconnectedness of life and the profound impact of our actions on the natural world. That's all for today's Nature with Aristotle. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your curiosity about the natural world continue to flourish.